Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everyone's well and healthy. My name is Ali. Welcome to my channel, Art of Man's Life. Apart from lovingly growing this stupid pandemic lockdown hair, one of the things that I really love to do is build custom Lego modular buildings. And I really wanted to do this video and share probably one of my most favorite buildings in the city, purely because of the color and how it was inspired from my own travels. From the face of it, you can immediately see there was some huge inspiration, or pretty much the same as some Lego Friends sets that we're all familiar with. I think this was the restaurant and this was the fashion shop as well. And also behind, there's another inspiration that I've taken, another Lego Friends set, which is the waffle, Heartlake waffle kind of shop or cafe it was. But I had such great fun making this, and the reason I enjoyed it so much and still, you know, it's really close to me. As I mentioned, it was representative of some of my travels that I had in specifically Eastern Europe, where you had such colorful, beautiful buildings on the front, on the main street, but then behind that you had a little alleyway where all the cool hidden gems were, the great coffee shops, you know, the little boutique stores, you know, the little bars, the funky bars, and then another set of buildings as well. So it added so much layer and density, and this is kind of the vibe that I'm trying to go for in my city. So I tried to kind of emulate that in here, and I can't wait to bring the camera down, crack it open, and let's have a closer look at it. See you later. Ciao, ciao.
Okay. So there's a mix of different types of businesses or kind of scenes going on in this kind of block that I've created. I think the most obvious one, because it's pretty much replicated from the set, it was the Heartlake Italian Restaurante. So I've kept this side of the building on the right to replicate the whole restaurant that the set tried to, the original set tried to bring out. I thought that was a great set. It really was. So I try to keep that kind of same kind of essence. I got inspired by this by a guy called Under the Bricks, and he does a great series of sets called Will It Modular. And he has some really good instructions, and I used that as an inspiration, specifically on the bottom here, you know, with this door at this angle and this how to do this roof here, this sign. So I took a lot of inspiration from him, and I thought that, yeah, I think he's done a great job by taking the original set and then with no extra bricks and then making a modular building out of it. So I did use an extra set and some extra parts because I wanted a bit more complete. But definitely check that guy out. I think he's really cool what he's doing. And on the other side was the fashion shop. I think it's very much exactly the same how you saw it in the original set. Obviously the original set was only, you know, this one floor and then the bottom, and then it did have a similar kind of door on the other side. Oops, let's put him back because I think he's a nice little character put there. So at the front is the boutique shop. I try to put in a little studio there, a tailoring studio that will open up and have a look, and then just some living space at the top there. However, you might see peeking at the back, where Black Panther and Killmonger are having a little tussle, is another set of buildings. And if I just quickly turn this around, what I created at the back was another three buildings happening at the back. So we have the waffle center, the Heartlake waffle, and there's a yoga studio, which is tried to symbolize with this symbol of yoga, I believe. And at the top is actually a private investigator's detective's office. Yes, does that really go with the whole scene of the Art Nouveau district? But hey, you could argue it's probably the best place to be incognito, right? But one of them, as I mentioned in the intro, was this alleyway. And it was the best way for me to have that kind of dense and layered vibe going on, was to create a central alleyway behind the main set of buildings, but also at the behind also have the buildings, but not totally hidden, but be able to have them visible as well at the same time. That was a big challenge. So this building was actually designed to be at the end of the alleyway, at a corner building, because then you can have some of the space here. But generally, this building was designed to go next to the rest of these buildings in this kind of Art Nouveau, colorful street neighborhood, as my son calls it. But in between is the layers, and then that central alleyway that directly links down here as well. And I think that was really cool, and we can create some really great scenes from here. So I'm going to crack open the levels, and then we'll take it level by level. Okay, so the ground floor, you know, something when I see it all dismantled like this, I don't know, I get a little chill, because I think it looks really cool, and how much I actually truly love modular buildings. When you see it like this and you see all the scenes inside, you know, it just really strengthens that passion that we all have for Lego, right? The same feeling we get when we build, you know, the official modular sets, and having something like this with your own creation and with your own kind of engineering, shall we say, in inverted commas, it does bring a smile to my face. But anyway, I digress. Let's go back into it. So as I said, the first area here was the boutique. So I tried to create a kind of upmarket boutique style here. I mean, it matched the fashion shop. I had some spare cloaks from a lot of Lego Friends sets, so I just created a clothes rack there, and then a kind of changing room aspect here that you can actually swivel around. Obviously, maybe the window here was a little bit misplaced, because obviously this guy is staring quite creepily while someone's getting changed. But you know, I use a bit of stickers here to show that kind of decoration without decoration. And then I think that this was actually from the fashion shop sets, just a bit more accessories on there as well. And at the front you can see you know, the mannequins here to display the latest fashion trends that's going on. You know, I love these two colors contrasted together, and when I did this building, this color scheme I absolutely adored, and I put that same color scheme in my inspiration of the Palace Cinema, which I'll also do a video on and share that with you. But I think these two colors contrast really well. And then moving across, this is the ground floor of the Italian restaurant. So there's a reception area here, and I really wanted to show, as soon as you walk in, the great pizza oven where the pizzas are being made, and have a nice staircase that will lead up to the dining areas. And then behind you know, the pizza oven is just some more equipment to cook. I couldn't fit in a full kitchen in here, because at the end of the day it's only 16 stud wide, and I couldn't take up that much space from there. But you can see here there's a little menu area, so when the guests arrive, they take a menu and then they walk up to the next floors, which is this one here. And so minifigure comes up here, and then you got a nice little single secluded table there, and I think I put some yeah, just to put some kind of decoration on the side in the wood. I love these masonry bricks. I think I use the same bricks from the set, and these lanterns here, just to give it a little bit of you know, ambience and some more decoration, so there's nothing blank here. And these archways, I mean, there's no windows here, but I think it's okay. It gives it some more light coming in, and gives it a nice little look to it as well. And then on top of that is then the final floor, where I didn't really make the roof lift up automatically. Maybe I should do that, but I thought to myself, yeah, why go through that extra effort when really I can actually reach everything, you know, through the archways and the pillars that we have. So it looks like someone's having a late Valentine's dinner a week later. You know, yeah, why not? Better late than never, hey? So this kind of compromises then the Italian restaurant floor by floor coming across. But if we go back to the ground floor on the other side, behind the building, you'll see, you know, a bit more closer now, the central alleyway that's coming through, and then you'll see, looks like Batman is ordering at the counter within the alleyway to get his little milkshake and maybe a waffle. I love these heart-shaped waffles that came in this set. It was so cool, right? But I try to use everything that came in the set and try and fit it into this very narrow 8-stud wide space that I had, and I used the same kind of entrance, obviously not a double door, but if I move these guys out of the way a little bit so you can see that the door does actually open up as well, using that same kind of swinging mechanism that was in the original set. And then we got some nice flowers in there, and the purpose here, or the bench that you can sit down and enjoy your waffles while you're waiting for your friends to come, possibly down the alleyway. Oh, there's that creepy guy looking in. But this little bridge I loved because one thing, another part of my travels, when I went to Venice, I got so excited with all the bridges everywhere interconnecting all the buildings. So this is my way of trying to interconnect all these buildings together, utilizing the bridges. You'll see here, oh, not this person ever, doesn't matter. You'll see the ladder up here, and that will connect up to the yoga studio. So coming up from the stairs from the waffle shop is the yoga studio, which is something that I tried to create very simply. I got inspired by this by one of my friends on Instagram, and she did a great scene of a yoga scene on the beach. And I thought, oh, I have to replicate that and create a little rest area in the city. I tried to do my best yoga symbol sign here that's visible to represent a yoga studio within this building. And then you'll see there's another ladder coming up here, and that represents the detective's office. So private investigator detective's office is the scene for this last building here, and this is actually for the character that I created in my world, which is Ranbir Potter. He is the stepbrother of Harry Potter, so I've basically taken Harry Potter's face and put it on the Winter Soldier's outfit. So he's off in Ninjago City at the moment trying to investigate a case that was given to him by this lady here. So I tried to create a PI kind of vibe within this little room where he's got the newspaper here, a pen, obviously a little bit of strawberry from the cafe downstairs, and his light and chair that's happening here. And this sits nicely on top of the yoga studio here. So this covers then the 3 buildings at the back, you know, and luckily all of this side is all hidden away, you know, by these buildings come up here, so we don't really lose that much that way. And the point was to tilt them and turn them around, so at least then we can see the facades on this side, so we don't lose any of the beauty or the aesthetics of what we created here. But let's go back and to the main buildings and go back to the fashion shop and see the studio on top. So I tried to create a little studio here, a tailoring studio that, you know, that alterations that are done, captured in the shop below by customers, and then Andrea Or is it Emma? I can't remember. Or Olivia. Can't remember their names, who's. But anyway, let's say Andrea. Andrea is up here doing alterations in her room. She's got little two stands where she can test out the finished garments she's got. I've put a little drawer here where spare garments are that she has a little step to reach up onto the top drawers that she has. A little worktop here with you know, chalk, scissors, obviously coffee, and a light. So she can continue working late at night, and then her sewing machine here as well. So above the alteration studio, the top floor is a little bit bare bones at the moment. You just see a sofa and teacup. I was going to put some more stuff in there, but you're kind of limited for space. But at the back, there's a nice little balcony area to come out on and see the alleyway. So when I put it back together, I'll show you what I mean by that. And then you'll see a little door here, be able to interconnect with all the other buildings. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it all back together, and then you can see now how all the rooms start to interconnect with each other. Okay, now I've put it all back together. I hope now that makes sense of the interconnecting bridges that you have across here. So you can go into here, climb the ladder, go into the yoga studio, cross the bridge and get into the studio here. You can come back out, go up into the detective's office, and then it's not there yet, but there's supposed to be a door here to connect up to that bridge to go into the living space here. And then I wanted to create a little nosy balcony so you can see the view of the main road that's going to be here, and then see what's going on down the alleyway. And maybe you can't probably see it by now, but you can now see the view down the alleyway, and that actually has a long running path connecting into this alleyway for this building. And I'll do another building on a video, sorry, on this kind of my version of a assembly square, because I think when you see it all together, it kind of works probably more so than separately. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gave you some inspiration on how, you know, to use some of these Lego friend sets again to create something different, colorful, but still has that kind of modular vibe in your city. And I'd be really interested to know if you create also, you know, multiple buildings in kind of one dense space, and how you do it, because I really want to learn more how to do that. The challenge is you know, you want to add layers, you want to add density, but you also don't want everything hidden. You know, you want to see some of the features that you've done, you know, when you're taking shots, or when you're walking around and seeing the city as a human, you know. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm always looking to improve. I'm sure there's a few improvements I can make with this building, a few tweaks. I'm all ears. So for now, as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and peace and love. And I'll catch you later. Ciao, ciao.